Hello friends, Jeff here and welcome to Squadron and welcome to Facebook Live. We're broadcasting live from the coast of Normandy. It's June 6, 1944 and I brought my partner Richard Poulsen with me because today we're going to talk about movies and especially war movies. Hence the outfit. Me and Richard, we were both in the airborne, so I decided to get my old attire on and get that thing out of the mud balls, and Richard dressed up like World War II, US paratrooper World War II. So today we're going to talk a little bit about war movies and what movies we like, and hopefully maybe interact with you guys. So let me go around the corner here and take a seat. Now, before we go on, I don't know if many of you heard that our friend Fritz Swanson is in critical condition, according to the email I got, and I think you got the same one. He was found unconscious about a couple of weeks ago, and ever since his health condition is really declining. So hopefully keep him in your thoughts. Maybe say a little prayer or something, and if his wife or Fritz, if you're watching this, hopefully be strong.
Take care.
And, absolutely.
Get well.
So you've been in our thoughts. So okay, let's kick it off. Well, actually, I'll ask you the question. What is your favorite war movie, and why?
Okay. Well, Band of Brothers. It would have to be, obviously, being in the 80s. Oh, having been in the 82nd Airborne, although it was about the 101st. Still, I have to say that movie, by far, well, the series actually, was just incredible. I mean, the uniforms were great. Everything about it was just, fantastic. Even all the equipment that is used, they try to, they doctored up some Allied vehicles to make them look like German, but they did a good job. I mean, all in all, they did a great job.
You see it more and more now that the film industry, I mean, there's still a little, movies that they make these days, a lot of the stuff is CG, computer generated, and it's a letdown, especially for us modelers, because I'm sure you're the same when you see something and something is off, like a uniform or even a button or the patch is in the wrong place. It really turns me off, and I can't watch it. So it's very hard for us, for the old school modelers or old school historians slash connoisseurs. It is very, very hard to watch a movie if something is not really historically correct. And to your point, I mean, Band of Brothers is one of the, and so was Saving Private Ryan.
Yes, Saving Private Ryan. I have these down.
Same time, yeah.
Saving Private Ryan as well. They did a very good job, I thought.
My all-time favorite movie, and I'm sure all of you that are watching this, they know, is The Longest Day from Zanuck. That was made in 1960, 62, I think, around that period. But it was shot on location, and that makes it so special. Plus, it had a whole cast of famous actors at the time. I mean, the list is too long. But that was actually shot, the movie, on location in Normandy, in Saint-Mary-Glise, Omaha Beach, what's the thing, the Rock?
Point du Hoc.
So it was all there. Now the story maybe is a little Hollywood. Well, actually, it is correct. The story is correct, but it's done the Hollywood way. But as far as equipment, as far as the whole storyline, and it's pretty accurate. And I've seen that movie. I was just talking a little bit about it a little while ago. I've seen that movie at least in my lifetime, at least 30, 40 times, and I still can watch it tomorrow. So that is my all-time favorite. What is?
Well, we're going to do some of the older movies.
Yeah.
I have to go with Battleground, and when I was in a veteran airborne unit after the war, but these guys, and talking with the veterans that were in the Ardennes, they told me that Battleground was by far the most realistic movie they had ever seen. Those guys that were actually there, and so of course I had to watch it. And although you don't really get to see a lot of the enemy, the Germans are sort of in the distance, and they're wearing white snow camouflage, and it's sort of misty, which it was at certain points. All the vets that I talked to, they all said that this movie is spot on.
Yeah, I like that too. It also gives you the atmosphere of the cold and all that, because I think I mentioned that a while ago in one of the videos, that the Battle of the Bulge in the Ardennes was about the coldest winter ever recorded in time, and there were more casualties from frostbite actually than there were like bullet wounds, especially on the American side. So Battleground is a very good movie. I remember Marshall Thompson,
James Whitmore, Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah,
absolutely.
those were very good movies. So if you didn't see it yet, that is really worthy to watch.
Absolutely. Can I pick up?
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So I got some other ones. Okay, so as a kid, and of course this is probably the first war movie I ever saw where they actually tried to get a German tank right, and that is Kelly's Heroes.
Oh yeah.
Now granted, it's a T-34 Type 85, however, they did their homework, they refashioned the turret, I mean, they just did, they did a great job, and as a kid, I was thrilled to death to be able to see something, a resemblance of, instead of an M48 painted in gray with German cross on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I was just amazed and just thoroughly loved it, although the storyline itself is a little tongue-in-cheek, but...
Yeah, but it's all about accuracy, it's all about, as far as the equipment and the clothing, and at least at that time they tried to do something about it. Because you see a lot of, I don't know if you remember the Battle of the Bulge movie, the old movie. The German tanks were actually, Walker Bulldogs or something?
Yeah, they were
Pattons, and 47s.
Yeah.
Another thing I never understood, even after the war, when there was so much surplus available, because when I was a kid, surplus was all over the place, even German surplus, helmets and all that. But in a lot of those movies, you see these World War I helmets, even during World War II, and it's like a machine gun nest. And still, after all that, what happened? They still couldn't get their hands on a normal World War II helmet. So it's all funny. But this is the detail that we look for, and that's something that. That really bothers me a lot. And
I can interject on that though. That Battle of the Bulge. The one thing they did have right though is for the American tanks, they used M24 Chaffes.
Yeah, I mean, Chaffee was a World War at the end.
I know, but it was introduced. If I'm not mistaken, it was introduced in the Battle of the Bulge. So that was the one good thing about it. Otherwise, I have to agree with you. It was pretty Hollywood all the way around.
We got a question or something?
Well, we got a couple of our viewers want to share their favorite war movie.
Oh, excellent. Can I say something? Hey
course.
guys, I forgot to tell you that, but Richard told me, or reminded me, if you have a movie you want to share with us right now, please let us know. So at least we can talk about that one, or at least maybe we didn't see it or did see it, and we can not chip in, but we can at least offer our yes. So
Jeff Volp says he really likes The Sands of Iwo Jima.
Oh, yeah, John Wayne.
And Flags of Our Fathers.
Oh, absolutely.
That was good.
Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah, Ty Gookin says mentioned Where Eagles Dare.
Oh,
yeah.
Clint Eastwood. That was Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood. Yes.
Clint Eastwood. Yeah, that was cool.
I always mess that thing up with that Michael Caine movie. What is that? When they infiltrate in England, they're paratroopers and they jump into England in their clothes.
There's one.
Is that The Eye of the Needle? The Eye of the Needle?
Oh, they're going to kill Churchill. Was
Yeah.
that the one? Yeah, I know what you're talking. I
always mix those two up.
I cannot remember.
But that's a very good movie.
We got a couple more. Ty Gookin also said Stalag 17.
Stalag 17.
I'm sorry if I butcher that.
No, Stalag 17 was with, what's his name?
That's an old one.
I can't, the actor.
I don't remember.
Oh, I have no idea.
God help me, now I'm gonna, William Holden. William Holden.
Harold Lichtman says, run silent and run deep.
Oh yeah,
Submarine.
Mitchum?
Was it Robert? I don't know.
Or Kirk Douglas?
I don't know. I know the movie. I remember seeing the movie.
And what is the German actor? He always comes back. He played a few. He always plays a general or anyway. I'm sorry. I get.
Don't know.
Thomas Pallison has also mentioned the Pacific series.
Oh, excellent. That was actually, to let you know, that was my next one, Band of Brothers and then the Pacific, because that was fantastic.
That was based on one or two books, wasn't it?
About 3 or 4 books, actually excerpts of those books. Yeah, and it was really good. That's my favorite Pacific. The Pacific is my favorite movie of the Pacific, absolutely. So
You got it?
we got,
Yeah, these are just flowing in.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
well,
yeah,
let's have
go
a few
ahead.
more, let's have
Flowing
a few
in.
more.
David Mason mentioned Tora.
Tora,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
That's
Pearl
it.
Harbor.
To go back to the Tora, that
Yeah.
was back then. There was like some sort of a midway series going on with one movie after another. You got
Mhm.
midway, you got Tora, and there was like another one too. But those were made with real airplanes. They converted actually T6s,
T6s, yeah,
Harbor
T6s,
Texans.
absolutely.
Now they try to do it again, and it's all CG. I mean,
Yeah.
it's horrible. I tried to watch Midway, I could not watch it.
But that's like the Blue Max, the first, I mean, I know
Oh,
we're
yeah,
jumping,
yeah.
First World War,
Yeah.
still the best
George
aviation, still the best World War I aviation movie
Mhm.
out there.
Yeah, there are.
That was an excellent movie.
So what's next?
Oh, let's see here.
Well, at least we get
Yeah,
some.
Michael Bowen says 12 o'clock high.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, that's a good one.
B-17 with, God, I always
You,
remember it.
you know these guys better, or you know the
Yeah,
actor. I don't
Gregory
know the
Peck,
actor.
Gregory
That's
Peck.
right, Gregory Peck, yeah.
Marnie Stallings mentioned 1917.
Oh, that's
I never-
good.
I
We
didn't
didn't
see
see
this
that
one.
yet.
Yeah, I
I'm
haven't
too
seen
cheap
that
to go
yet.
to the movie theater, so I'll watch
Hey,
it.
it's out in
Oh,
Red Box
Red
now.
Box?
Yeah,
Alright.
I have to pick it
All
up.
right,
Even
Marty,
better.
we'll,
Even better. Love the red box.
we'll do it this weekend.
Jerry Hendrickson mentioned Stalingrad and Cross of Iron.
Oh, see,
Steiner.
Jerry, I had Cross of Iron next. Yes, indeed.
Steiner! That's,
Outstanding. T-34 Type 85.
that's actually, if you think about the atmosphere and about the whole thing, and that's a movie made in the 60s?
No,
Late,
no, it was
late
later
60s?
than that, late
Really?
70s, late 70s.
Actually, that's what it was. Oh, okay.
Nah, because I was
But still-
either graduated, I was in high school or just graduated.
It's
high
definitely
school,
not
so-
80s. It's
no,
got to be in
it's
the
not
70s.
80s, it's in the 70s.
But it was really well made. The uniforms, the atmosphere, the
T-34 Type
nastiness.
85s.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the Crimea.
Even
It was in the
enemy
Crimea.
was represented all accurate. So that is a very good movie.
Yep.
James Mason.
Yep,
Uh,
absolutely. James Coburn.
Jones Gober.
There were all sorts of people.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was good. Great movie.
Richard Gonzalez says the Bridges of Tokyo Reed.
Oh yeah, William Holden
Toko
again.
Reed, yeah.
Toko
Very
Reed.
warm.
Mickey Rooney.
Oh, I put a Y in
Mickey
there.
Rooney,
Yep.
William Holden.
Yep.
That is actually a very, if you're into naval aviation, Korea, Panthers, that's a very good movie to watch. Beautiful color movie. So,
Mhm.
anybody else?
Mike Bartlett put in there In Harm's Way, and then
I remember that. That's John Wayne.
John Wayne.
yeah.
John Wayne, all naval stuff.
Yep.
I mean, they're just. Let's see if I can find another
But,
one. I haven't mentioned.
Another one, there's another one, and maybe let Nicole catch up. Another one is, and it's not as maybe famous as most, but as a kid it made a big impression on me, and that was The Night of the Generals.
Night of the Generals, I remember
With,
that. It was in Paris, right? Took
yeah,
place,
it
took
was
place in France.
that general that murdered prostitutes.
Exactly,
And
yeah, I remember
what is
that.
the British actor who played Murphy's War?
Oh, that was a good movie too.
Yeah, what was the actor?
Peter O'Toole.
Peter O'Toole.
Peter O'Toole.
And
Gosh,
Omar
really?
Sharif. Omar Sharif and Pedro O'Toole. Night of the Generals. Very good. It's more like a murder
Yeah, it's a
mystery,
mystery.
but it's in
It was
Paris,
good.
and there is also, we were talking about that yesterday about the movie, and if you really want to see an accurate movie with still the equipment in place and filmed on location in Germany, is Decision by Dawn. Decision by Dawn is a black and white movie, and it's about the end of the war, where basically the Americans already got into, I think it was Nuremberg or something, and they are trying to recruit German prisoners to spy on them, because there's still some nests of resistance, and they try to infiltrate those things. Very suspenseful movie, and it's shot, you can see even half tracks, I think there's even Panthers, like knocked out Panthers in there. It's I think the movie was made like 1946 or 1947. So Decision by Dawn is a very good movie too.
And then we could do, as far as, if you want to do more the realistic vehicles, the two, Fury, of course, which maybe is Hollywood, but when they use a real Tiger One and they have all the Shermans and everything, that, that's obviously really neat.
Yeah, especially the way that they filmed on the inside, because I don't know how they did it. I don't know if they had a cutout turret or something, but what blew me away was basically you were in the tank.
Yep. No, that was a good one. And then of course, Bridge Too Far. I have to mention that.
Yeah.
One. I mean, the German tanks were Leopards, but it's better than an M48.
A Leopard was a German.
Yeah, I know.
It was a World War after the post-war.
But still,
A Bridge Too Far. That's actually a movie that I've seen so many times. and it's pretty accurate actually.
It is. It's good. It's a good movie.
One of all like A Bridge Too Far. One of my favorites actually. The characters actually real life characters was Urquhart, General Urquhart, played by Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, yes.
Real life figure, and actually when you think about it, he was in the airborne, but he never jumped out of an airplane.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a very good movie too. Even I think the Belgian, that was just after my time, when I already got out of the army. 77, 78. Was already when I just got out, and they actually recruited Belgian and Dutch paratroopers to do the mass drops. Yeah,
I remember the jump
they
scenes.
dropped them. They had like on the lower level, they were flying in DC-3s or C-47s, but then higher up, just to fill the air, they had C-130s. And so yeah, that was and actually when that was made. That was filmed in Leopoldsburg, which was close where the actual, also on location where it actually happened. And there was a lot of commotion back then when that movie was made. That was every day on the news, and there was always something going on. So that was
and of course all the vehicles all the vehicle collectors.
That was by the time that people started collecting vehicles.
Yeah, and so the columns going up were they were all
endless.
Shermans. Oh, it was excellent. That's awesome.
Because you see that more and more now, because it's so funny that there's still a big interest. I mean, World War II is still the biggest, as far as topic, is still very hot right now. And more people, if they can afford it, they will buy a vehicle and patch it up. And then, but it's so funny that after the war, I think everybody was sick and tired of it, and nobody wanted to do anything, if anything to do with equipment or anything. It was all either burned or, scrapped, or just put on the side of the road. Now, it's amazing how much that is floating in the market. So that's a good. So what is?
Yeah, we got some more coming in.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Mike Bartlett said the Battle of Britain and Spanish 109s and HE 111.
Yep.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Those were
Hispanos, Swiss, the engine. Yeah.
But they were
It was a great movie. Yeah. My dad took me to see it.
They actually, and I don't know if a lot of you guys know that, but during the Battle of Britain, the movie, they constructed Spitfires. They constructed Spitfires and Hurricanes to blow up, and some of them they were basically built to participate in back then big movie productions. They didn't care about money.
David and Shirley Oman says Dawn's Early Light.
I don't know what that is.
I'm sorry. Oh wow.
It seems like the title rings some sort of a bell, but
well, maybe we'll have to research it.
I have to look that up.
Yep.
Dawn's Early Light.
We'll have to look at it.
I'll write that down.
I will.
John Terrell mentioned Hell is for Heroes and Sahara.
Humphrey Bogart. M3 Lee.
Yeah.
They had M3 Lee in it.
With the spaghetti.
That was a good movie.
The poor Italian guy.
Yeah.
Charlie Patton says Helen Pacific and also seconds The Sands of Iwo Jima.
Yeah, that was good.
And,
let's get this show back on the road.
We must have some Marines out there then, right? I hope so. Some Marine Corps veterans.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it. Reese Inman mentioned The Frogmen.
Oh, I haven't seen The Frogmen.
Another bell that goes off here, but no. So write it down. We'll have a look.
Reese, were you UDT or something?
Oh, SEAL?
Yeah.
Mark Bradshaw mentioned Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
And Mark
Classic.
Sprayberry says Combat.
Combat, the series.
Yeah.
As a kid,
absolutely. Oh, yeah. It was great. It was a great series.
Love that.
Loved it. Yeah, big time.
So now
well, should we go to?
Oh yeah, go to
more recent ones.
Yeah.
Black Hawk Down, which was it's probably one of the most realistic war movies out there, especially having been in the airborne at that time, and the equipment, and just the way everything was. I mean, the advisors, whoever they were, they got it. They got it down, and it's a very tense movie for me when I watch it.
Yeah, Black Hawk Down was.
And I usually watch it every Memorial Day. I have a copy of it, and it's a great movie.
No, it is Black Hawk Down. Saw that several times, and it's also a good one. That actually, that's one of the few movies that got me interested in building a helicopter, especially when with the big ones that came out, the 35th
Yeah,
scale.
Kitty
Kitty
Hawk. We got all the 135th
Black
scale
Hawk
Kitty
Down.
Hawks. Yeah, they're
But
good kids.
talking about a little bit of recent movies, because what we forgot there is actually Vietnam, because
Well, I've got We Are Soldiers. That was the next one I had
Mel Gibson.
with Mel Gibson. See, I really like that one.
That is a
Quatrain Battle,
General Moore.
1965.
Yeah.
I think was when I really enjoyed that movie. That was a good movie. It was pretty intense.
now a lot of the movies around the time, around in the 70s actually, 80s maybe. There's a lot of anti-Vietnam movies that came
Full
out.
Metal Jacket.
That was
Full Metal Jacket.
the first 20 minutes.
I saw that in Germany. Okay, I had just gotten out of the military, maybe I was in. No, you know what? I take that back. I think I was still in. I got a European out. It was just before then, and I was in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, and I was at in the theater. And this is great because you're allowed to have beers and everything. Of course, you have your beer in your holder, and the scene in the beginning where the drill sergeant Ernie, who was a real drill sergeant by the way, and he's just chewing them out, and I am just cracking up and laughing, and all these Germans are looking at me like, "Whoa, this boy's straight,"
But that was actually one of the most famous 20 minutes in a
It was great.
Just great.
What you got?
Oh, Mark Sprayberry wants to know what airborne unit you were in.
82nd Airborne, 325. It was actually part when we were in Italy. It was the 509th, but it became 509th became integrated into the 82nd and became part of the 325th. CTAF, Southern European Task Force.
He was in 1504
Yep.
PIR 82nd.
Hooah!
ABN
There you
92
go.
to 95.
There you go. Fort Bragg was there. Outstanding.
Yeah. And let's see. Christopher Carney says he was in the Seaco
Seacom.
sorry.
Charlie. It's cool. It's all good.
Seco is
Of the
fine.
1504th from 77 to
Another
79.
04. There you go. All right.
So,
Outstanding. The 04. Great history. Good unit.
I was just in Belgium. That's okay. That's okay. I was a commander. God damn it, yeah, I am. But anyway, what's next on your list? We're almost at the bottom. I guess. There's so many movies out there that it's still a lot to say. But talking about Vietnam, my favorite all-time Vietnam movie, and Richard didn't see it yesterday, was Casualties of War. I don't know why. It's a very depressing movie in a way because it's about more about war crimes, about the abduction or kidnapping of some poor girl that they drag along, and with Michael J. Fox and Sean Penn. So, but that is a movie that was very gripping. That made actually that showed that the ugly side of the war. Well, every war is ugly.
I just thought of one. We haven't really touched on World War One besides the Blue Max, but Paths of Glory. Kirk Douglas was an outstanding movie.
To his point, if you are interested in World War One movies, see Paths of Glory.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It is a great movie. It's made from the French standpoint, but it's still very good.
He plays.
Yeah.
It's about it's based on a true story, and it's about desertion in a way, and about the French in their infinitive stupidity in a way. Well, I don't hope it's not any. But they sorry for the mes amis.
It was a good movie.
It's about a court martial and how they try to basically just.
Well, they railroad a couple guys.
They want to set an example.
Use them as scapegoats.
And it's unjust how, and that actually was very true back then. It was all about taking terrain and a lot of ego behavior from the higher up. And that movie, the battles in that movie, the setting, it's just dead on. Good. And it's black and white, so that adds to the atmosphere.
No, it was a really good movie. I enjoyed that one.
We got some more?
Yeah, we do.
That sounds to be very hot. We need to come back with this.
We might have to do a part 2.
Yeah, part 2.
Manuel Brenes says his favorite movie was Patton.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Now, Patton, as George C. Scott, a lot of people don't know there is a sequel.
Oh, I did with George Kennedy.
John C. Scott plays himself.
Didn't he play? What was the other one with George Kennedy played? Oh, anyway.
No, but Patton. Whenever the movie ended, there is a sequel, and it's Patton the final days, and it's with the same actor, and that in the hospital, how he dies and the whole thing. So. If you're a fan of the movie Patton, it was not really a big movie production. It was more like meant for TV, but it was with the same.
The sequel
to
it.
Patton: The Final Days.
I'm thinking of the one with the gold. There was some gold missing or whatever in Patton, and George Kennedy played Patton, and had to do it at the end of the war. Anyway, that was just.
Smeeker Chef says Flyboys.
Oh, was that World War? That was World.
Yeah.
Is that World War One?
Yeah.
World War. It had the CG in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Now the book, the Flyboys book.
No, that's World War II.
That's World War II. But World War One, Flyboys is World War One, and it's not with the Red Baron where they.
I think that was the one where all German planes were red except for the bad guy, which was black. Was that?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I think it was CG though.
I've seen. I think I've seen the movie or part of the movie, but I didn't finish it because to me the CG was a little. It's me. I'm stupid. Well, you can say it. Richard.
You said it. Larry Stone mentioned Blue Max.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. George Pepper.
Still the best aviation World War One movie ever.
Very good
until
movie.
they do something better.
Yep. Mike Bartlett says All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh yeah.
The original.
The original. Actually,
Borgnine, the guy from Waltons.
No, that's the second version. The first one is with.
But that's
1930s. It's actually really.
Yes.
And it was really interesting. That was filmed in Southern California, and it was filmed in Orange County, in Newport Beach, where now it's a big complex called Fashion Island, which it's just a big giant shopping center, but it's very interesting. That's where it was filmed. They dug all the trenches.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the original.
But I think was it Mike Bartlett that said that, or who did say that? The last one, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Bartlett.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think he probably means the one with
He said the original.
the Walton. Oh, the original.
Did you not?
He said the original.
Oh, yeah.
See, there you
He
go.
said the original.
I like them both, quite frankly. I think they were both excellent.
I've seen them both, but I only see that one, the original once, and the other one I saw a few times. I like the other one too. I mean,
You gotta like
Ernest
John.
Borgnine.
You gotta like John Boyd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these are just flying. Yeah, we really might have to do a part 2.
Well, that's no problem.
I know we're coming up on 30 minutes
Yeah,
here.
we have to
but,
make it short because we still.
Do we
have
got
to
a couple
go.
more or no? Do we have time for a couple more or no?
Maybe
Yeah. Let's see.
do two more.
Richard Pence, The Longest Day.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
Let's see here. Christopher Ekstrom says Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Oh, isn't that with Will Smith or something? Isn't that like more against the aliens? Isn't that Memorial Day?
No,
Memorial
you're
Day?
thinking.
No, that was Independence Day.
Oh, Independence Day.
Memorial. No.
See, I'm stupid. I mean, I can't even.
I don't know.
Memorial Day. I don't know.
That's
that
another
one.
one. That's
Yeah,
another
we'll
one.
have to look at these up. And Fury was
Oh, yeah,
mentioned
Fury.
as
We
well by
mentioned
Larry
that.
Stone.
Yeah. So all right, well, guys, we'll definitely do a part 2, and maybe we can do some. Me and Richard, we can do some more research on that, and maybe go a little bit more in depth. So we maybe some film facts we can talk about what happened, because a lot of movies were made on location or with some things that people don't really know. So we'll do that. But for now, we have to again cut it short.
Go attack, right?
Yeah, we're gonna shoot somebody. You wanna shoot your eye out, kid.
You shoot your eye out.
No, we
We're
don't
gonna
wanna
go ahead with we have a book sale this weekend, that's right. I'm just being signaled by Nicole that we have a book sale going on. What is the book sale? Is it, off? Anyway, we have to check it out. This is the last minute thing for me. I wasn't aware that this was going on, but during the weekend we have a book sale going on, so please go to our website at squadron.com and check it out. I'm sure there is, what is it? Is it, I see you're nodding.
Give me one moment.
Okay.
I'll find the details
All right,
of
so
the book sale. I do
let's-
apologize.
Let's start with let's continue with the raffle. So since Richard is here, I'll let him, did we raffle this off last weekend? So, we're gonna raffle this Tomcat off, so Richard, please, draw a name. And, we'll do that. The lucky winner is Cal Wood. Cal, if you're watching this, please contact our customer service or email us with your address, and we'll get this F-14A Tomcat to your door. So don't forget to contact us,
Okay.
and we'll send this thing ASAP to your door.
The book sale is up to 90% off.
Oh,
Wow.
okay, well,
It's a great book
that's,
sale this
that's a
weekend
great
for,
book
for
sale.
those of us
You can't
staying in the house.
beat that. For next week, we're gonna raffle off another Dragon kit. Yes, Dragon kit. Panzer Kampfwagen 4, Ausführung C. Now mixing two languages as well. So again, I'm sure we have a lot of comments in our comment section today because of the movies and all. So, but if you, for the first people that signed in for the first time, watching this for the first time, if you put your name in the comment section with some little comment about whatever, or have a question, put it in the comment section, leave a comment on Facebook or on YouTube, and your name will go in the bag, and next week you can win this. So for now, again, with all this pandemic,
I just wanted to give a shout out to all of our veterans, our brothers and sisters,
absolutely.
brothers and sisters that have served or are serving.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your service.
God bless to you and your families. And then, of course, the big C word, the COVID-19 kind of stuff. It is what it is. We have to. It's a war, so we'll get through this. We'll overcome. We always did, and we will now too. Just please don't panic, because, like Roosevelt says, we only have to fear one thing itself, and that's fear. One thing, and that's fear itself. So don't. Stay strong, stay healthy, wash your hands, don't touch your face, don't sneeze on anybody. And again, Fritz, hopefully soon recovery. We hopefully we'll get some good news in the coming days. So stay strong. For the rest of us, this is it. Jeff Fear and Richard signing off.